Now, pretty recently I watched Mission Impossible, and by pretty recently I mean 2 months ago, so I thought I'd do a review on it. I am completely aware that Tom Cruise does his own stunts, and even though they get more insane towards more of the modern movies, some of the ones in the first one are still pretty impressive. Anyway, let's get into it. The idea of Mission Impossible came out when Tom Cruise founded Wagner Productions in 1992 and thought, hey, this would be a good idea for a movie. No, just kidding. Mission Impossible is actually supposed to be based on a TV series that aired from 1966 to 1973. Danny Elfman, who had already made his mark on movies like Batman, Beetlejuice, and Edward Scissorhands, would compose the music for this movie. And he would go on to create one of the most iconic spy themes of all time. Rising to fame in the mid-1980s, Tom Cruise would be cast to play Ethan Hunt, the protagonist of the movie. Which I guess makes sense because this film was made by his company. And of course, this guy was also casted. Yeah, the only reason I'm mentioning this guy is because he was also in Transformers.
Bumblebee, stop lubricating the man.
The movie begins with probably the most confusing opening sequence I've ever seen, and then bam, the Mission Impossible theme hits and the credits roll. Spy Master Jim Phelps is told that a list of his spies is out in the open, which could be critical to his undercover work. So he sends Ethan Hunt and friends to go take care of it, but the mission goes horribly wrong and Jim is even killed. Many other spies are killed off too, and the police come to think that it was Ethan's fault. So Ethan does exactly what the common person would do. Well, it turns out the mission was sabotaged, and let me just say, this scene plays out perfectly. It was brought to life by some nice close-up shots and some amazing suspenseful music by Danny Elfman. The climax is good too, with Ethan pulling out a bomb disguised as a wrapped-up piece of gum that he got earlier. I forgot to mention that Artie Kane also helped Danny Elfman on the score, and sadly he doesn't get as much acknowledgement as him. He sadly died in 2022 at the age of 93, and we will always remember him for assisting on one of the greatest spy themes of all time. And he was also a good pianist. Anyway, Ethan is able to get a connection with someone named Max Mitsopoulos through email, and Max tells him that the stolen list they were searching for was actually a fake. From there, Ethan makes a plan with a couple of guys named Luther and Krieger to get the real list back. And then we get, for me, what was probably one of the most well-executed heist scenes of all time and the most suspenseful part of the movie. And like a lot of scenes in this movie, it was incredibly well choreographed. I think maybe the smartest choice during the filming of this scene was to have pretty much zero sound. I mean, sure, the characters whisper from time to time, but that's pretty much it. Ethan puts the CD disc into the computer, which is supposed to steal the list of spy names back.
We never officially met.
So Krieger freaked out, let go of the rope suspending Ethan, and nearly sabotaged the whole mission. But thankfully by this point the download had completed, so Krieger was able to bring Ethan up without any more issues. No, just kidding. Krieger accidentally drops a knife which thankfully didn't land on the floor, triggering an alarm system, but did lead to the government figuring out about the mission. Geez, Krieger needs to be kicked off the team. He just keeps messing up. Remember that Jim Phelps guy that died I mentioned earlier? Well, he's alive and well, and let's just say he's not a good guy. Jim then steals the $10 million that Ethan got from Max and climbs to the top of the train where he's gonna get picked up by Krieger, who's in a helicopter. Oh yeah, and Krieger's a bad guy too. I'm sorry, I'll just stop. Out of all the awesome scenes in this movie, this is where Tom Cruise's stunt work shines. While trying to get the money back from Jim, Ethan goes flying and thankfully is able to grab back onto the train. The ongoing train chase eventually leads into a tunnel, and after Jim finishes up some final touches, Krieger tries to kill Ethan once and for all, but fails miserably, and Ethan pulls out another one of those bomb disguised as a wrapped up piece of gum things and sticks it to the helicopter's windshield. Let me just say, the green screen effects in this whole scene are spot on. You don't get that clunky silhouette around the object, making it obvious that it was just pasted in front of already shot footage. In fact, it looks real. The only complaint I have about the special effects is this one explosion. It just doesn't hold up very well. Mission Impossible was released on May 22nd, 1996 and would be both a critical and commercial success, going on to gross over $450 million worldwide. And it is definitely a cultural landmark too, with 8 films in the franchise and we're unsure yet if we're getting a 9th. My thoughts? I actually thought it was pretty good, and if I were to give it a rating out of 5 stars, it'd probably be 4. And that pretty much concludes my Mission Impossible review. If you liked the video, make sure to hit subscribe and let me know down in the comments if you want a review on the sequel.
We never officially met.